Everybody, Heidi here with another craft for you to try, and this is called star weaving. So it just looks something like that. You can also get crafty with your pom-poms and stick a pom-pom into the center of your woven product. And there's lots of things you can do, lots of different patterns that you can play with this craft. All you're going to need is some cardboard, scissors, and yarn, and then maybe some other colored cardstock or construction paper. That's what I did on this one because I didn't really like the look of the brown cardboard, so I covered it with a piece of this blue cardstock. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the steps today to show you how to make each of these patterns, and you can use these patterns in any combination you'd like. This one, I just built it up from going all the way across and then doing one less notch, having one less to skip in between until I got to where it felt like it was enough. But you probably don't have cardboard circles laying around your house, so you're going to need to make one. And I used just a piece of cardboard from something that was shipped. I recommend a sort of thin cardboard as opposed to a really thicker piece. Just it's easier to cut, and it just kind of holds together better as you work through it. So I also glued a piece of cardstock down because I don't really care for the look of the brown cardboard. And then you'll need something that's a circle to trace, so you have a way to make your circle shape. And I'm just going to use this roll of tape. You could use a lid from a to-go container, pineapple juice can, something like that. Or if you have a compass, you know, and this is kind of smallish. Like this, like I said, is a 6-inch circle. This is going to be more like, I don't know, it's probably about 5 inches or so, but it still works. It's fine. All right, so I drew my circle, and now I'm just going to cut that piece out. There's my circle. Not the most perfect, but it doesn't need to be perfect. And you might need to have somebody else help you cut this out if you're having a hard time. You know, seek an adult who can use maybe some bigger scissors. You need some pretty big, sharp scissors and strong hands to cut that circle out of the cardboard. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is add in the notches that hold the yarn in place as you weave. And I'm just going to flip this piece over and use this roll of tape again because it has a nice inner circle that I can use as a guide. All right, you don't want to cut too far in. On this circle, you know, I'd go about 3/4 of an inch. These bigger 6-inch circles, they are a good about an inch in. You don't want to go too far because it just just gets flimsy that way. And so I'm going to cut my notches about to the length of where that circle is. So first one, just cut anywhere, and then I'm going to turn it and try to find by eye basically what's going to be across the way from there. And cut. And now in between these two, so the first cutting is very similar to, you know, the points on a compass. So we've got north, south, east, and west. Okay, they're all looking about the same length. And next we need to now do, I'm going to make a 12-point circle, so in between each of these I need to make 2 more cuts. And again, I just like to kind of do it by eye. Might help sometimes to say, okay, what's in between there looks about that's like the middle, and that I want to cut something like that so that we have two tabs or 4 notches, however you want to look at it. Just if you do make markings, I recommend making them on the back side so you don't have to worry about erasing pencil on your front of your piece. Okay, so now I can just do that where I turn it, and by eye I'm going to cut across. And the next couple I'm just gonna guess. Okay. There we have our finished circle. And next is the weaving. So I'm going to show you these different patterns. Starting off by just going straight across. If this was a clock and we had our 12 numbers on a clock, I'm starting at 12 and I'm going to go straight to 6 o'clock. And we'll just go to the next notch over and across. And that is our first pattern, a star in the middle. Kind of like an asterisk. If you'd like, you can tape your ends down as you're going to sort of secure them, keep them out of your way as you work. Alright, the next is going to be, let's see, we'll use blue. So we went from 12 to 6. Just choose a notch anywhere. And we're going to go from 12 to 5. And I should have 1, 2, 3, 4 notches in between. I'm just going to go to this one that's next door and across again. And if you kind of lose sight of where the string is supposed to go, you just remember how much to count. So I got 1, and I have, or starting my starting point, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that finishes that pattern. And sometimes I just kind of make sure my yarns are still laying neatly underneath. They shift around as you layer sometimes. Okay, let's secure our ends. And what should be the next color? How about pink? Nice bright pink. I'm just choosing any notch to start in. Imagining that's 12, and I want to go to 4 o'clock, so 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. And I just work going to the one right next to it and moving along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, made it all the way around that one. Now we're going to go from 12 to 3, which means I'll have two that I skip in between. What would look nice? How about this bright orange? So we're going Did 4 last time. This time is going to be from 12 to 3 with 2 skipped in between. And it's easy to lose your place. And if you notice something is off or it didn't meet up, you can easily take it apart. So no matter, no worries. It's happened to me quite a few times. Especially you go along and you get distracted by something, and you look down and you realize you've completely skipped one of your notches. Okay, and we got all those points. And you don't have to necessarily work this pattern. I'm just using it as an example to help you see the different possibilities. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is, we did 3 last time, from 12 to 3, so now we're going to go from 12 to 2. Just turning, just skipping 1 notch in between. So that's that one. 1. Okay. And a final on that round. Okay. Looks like we got all our points for that one. So then the only thing really left to do would be to go around every single one. But I think I'm just going to keep this one where it is at this point, because I want to show you next how I like to finish off the back of the weaving. This is one I did earlier, and I just glued a piece down to cover up the ends. I just think it looks nicer that way. You could also go in at this point and preferably if you have a needle or something, to be able to work a strand underneath here, and you could tie a loop so that you could have a way to hang your piece if that's what you'd like to do with it. You could even just gluing it in should be make it pretty secure. So I have another piece of cardstock paper. If you don't have cardstock, you could use construction paper or wrapping paper, anything you really like for the design or color. But what I'm going to do is glue it down first before cutting out the circle. Alright, and so for this I'm going to use a liquid glue, just a regular old white glue, and make sure you get it all the way to the edge. There we go. And into the middle. I like to maybe smear it around a little bit with my finger. Okay. And press it down. This is going to need to dry a little bit before I really should cut it off, but I'm going to do it anyways. Make sure we get it smoothed on here. cleaning up the glue a little bit there. Okay, so now that that's glued down, you can just trim around your circle. You know, another option you could do too is you could finish this off with maybe some washi tape on the border, especially around on the sides of it, like that. So you could hide all that if you want. Of course, also just sort of pressing this down, and it'll be on there pretty good, especially once it dries. It's good to have a damp cloth nearby when you're playing with glue, so you can wipe your fingers clean. Okay, there you have star weaving. So I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this, and you know, different color combinations and pattern combinations, you know, whatever you like. And show us your work if you'd like on social media. You can photograph it and post it on something like Instagram or Facebook. If you enjoyed the video, please let us know by liking it, and you can subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and that's going to help you see more of the content. We have lots archived that you can go back and view, especially if you want to learn how to make a pom-pom and you don't know how to do that. There's a Pom-Pom 101 tutorial, so you can learn how to make pom-poms to add to your star weaving projects. So thanks again for joining me today, and take care. We'll see you. Bye.